Support on Barton FM is sponsored by EasyBuy. Barton FM, following Barton Town.
Barton Town have appointed Nathan Jarman as their new manager. Jarman had a successful career as a striker, playing for clubs that included Grimsby Town, Corby Town, Chester City, Alfreton Town, North Ferriby United and Grangebury Trinity. He also had a spell as caretaker manager at Gainsborough and was assistant to Steve Howsham at Lincoln United. Danny North has returned to the Swans as Jarman's assistant. I spoke to Nathan Jarman, but before we discuss Barton, I asked what this means for the future of his successful podcast, The Strikers Tackle.
I've had a good chat with Tom Nick today, and we've decided we're going to wrap that up as season one, and we're going to try and do another season in the future.
And are you coming as like a player manager? Are you going to be playing still?
No, I'll still train. I want to try and do my best to stay in a decent condition. I won't say top condition, but I'll try and stay in a decent condition. North is going to play as much as he can, probably from the bench. But no, I'm coming as manager, not player manager.
And what was it about Barton Town that attracted you?
Do you know what? I've been an admirer for a while. I've been down there. I've seen Billy and Bob actually down there not too long ago, but I've been down there maybe 4 or 5 times in the last year and a half. I've obviously known people that were playing, and when I was at Lincoln United with Alsh, we went and watched a couple of times, or I went and watched a couple of times. And I just think it's set up to be such a good opportunity for someone. Yeah. And I thought, why not me? And when they made contact, and I put my CV in, and then it's gone from there. And it's been quite a long interview process, and right. But thankfully it went the right way for me.
Have you got any targets for this coming season?
I've just said the way that I am, because they've said there's no pressure from behind the scenes. There's no pressure to get promoted or to finish in the top 5 or anything like that. They want to see clear progression as a football club, because they think that they've been paying good money and they've not got a return on the money that they've been paying for maybe the last 4 or 5 years. So it's up to me to try and show that progression now, and I'm hoping that me and Northfield will be able to do it.
Do you anticipate keeping a lot of the squad that's there already, or will you be making changes?
There will be a couple of changes, but only a couple. We're not going to go and like wipe the slate clean and bin 15 lads off. We're not going to do it. We want to keep probably the majority. I mean, there's a lot of them that I know anyway from playing with them and playing against them. And then the ones that I don't know, everyone has been invited back, with the exception of 1 or 2. Everyone's been invited back to pre-season, so I can make my own mind up on them. But no, we're not discarding anyone. And there's like a couple of lads who I want to bring in for definite, and they're in the group chat and they've agreed to sign and stuff like that. So when we get them over the line, it'll be great.
When does it get underway pre-season?
Yeah, we're starting the 10th of June. We'll have an introductory session where it's real light. quite jovial. Lads just meeting each other, and then after that we'll start the hard stuff on the 12th of June.
And you've played under some pretty good managers. Who are the best managers you've played under, and what will you take from them?
The best managers, I mean, Billy Heath's up there. I really like Billy. I like the way that Billy could be a different manager with different players. So, for instance, if there was a player that I won't mention any names, might have needed an arm round him, Billy was there to do it. If there was another player who probably wasn't giving it everything he should, or needed a little bit of a G up and a bit of motivation, he was there to give him that kick up the backside. And I like that. Billy was really good at that. Man management was really good. I really like Dave Frecklington. I've got a lot from Freck, and I've spoken to him about this. In my presentation, I've done the things that I've put forward as wanting to do as a manager. I've based a lot of them on what Dave Frecklington brought in, and his discipline and his match preparation and stuff like that, because we didn't have the best squad at Gainsborough, but we managed to get some real good results against good teams because of that preparation and the way the team lines up and stuff like that. And I've got a lot of that from Freck. Hausch, obviously I loved Hausch, and I still do. He sent me a real nice message. Hausch is the best manager I've had from dealing with players, as in like getting all the players on side and everyone pulling in the same direction. So Hausch, Freck, and Billy Heath. I'm trying to think of the managers before. I mean, Nicky Law had probably the best squad that I've ever seen, and he obviously did really well with it, but he wasn't close to his players, as in he didn't really have a relationship with them. And then Neil Young at Chester, really good man. His man management as well was like Billy Heath's, where he had a lot of players to look after, a lot of probably egos, 20 lads on contract, and somehow he managed to keep everyone happy. So his man management is up there with Billy's. And then trying to think of the Graham Drury. I don't know if you've heard of Graham Drury, but
I can remember it. Yeah, was he at Corby at one time?
Yeah, well, he was my manager at Corby, and he was the one when I'd come out of the pro game from Grimsby, and they were in the Conference North, and I don't know, he made me I wouldn't say fall in love with football, because how I am, I've never fallen out of love with football, but he made me start enjoying it more again. So yeah, I like the way he was around, bouncing around the dressing room and the changing room. He's a real vibrant character. And then, like I said, the other ones, their personalities and their man management and their match preparation. So I'm going to try and take a little bit from all my managers, good and bad.
And I'm guessing from sort of like a team sort of spirit point of view, if you can get something similar to that Ferriby side, you can't go far wrong.
Oh yeah, well, I mean that's the aim. If we can get something like that, that'd be fantastic. Yeah, I mean that was a joke. Them few years, and even when I left, the majority of the lads stayed. Yeah. And that that camaraderie stayed, and they ended up, when we won the trophy the next season, they went up in the playoffs. So yeah, something like that would be brilliant.
Oh, that's brilliant. I wish you all the luck. I hope and look forward to covering a load of Barton victories next season.
I hope so, Richard, mate.